Our next guest is the head writer for the television program Saturday Night Live and also co-anchor of the program's very popular Weekend Update segment. Here's the very funny Tina Fey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to meet you. You've been the head writer of that show for how long?
About 2.5 years now.
Good for you. Have they ever had a woman head writer?
No, they haven't. I'm the first, but they haven't had that many head writers overall.
And it's going very well, isn't it?
Thanks.
Yeah. You started out, I think, as many other people did, and correct me if any of this is not accurate, working in a place in Chicago called Second City, is that right?
Yeah, I worked at the Second City in Chicago, which is a comedy improv theater there.
Right.
And a lot of people like John Belushi and Gilda Radner, a lot of people, Mike Myers, started there.
And there must be something about both experiences that has a commonality that makes it work either way.
Yes, it's a sketch comedy theater, so it's very similar to what we do at SNL.
Right.
So the main difference is that at Second City, they serve booze to the audience. So, at SNL, we never have a bachelorette party going on in the audience at SNL. We had one lady one time in the middle of the show, like a Friday night show, just stand up and, "I have had it." She was just loaded, and she's like, "This is stupid." And she's walked onto the stage during a sketch. She's like, "I don't want to see this anymore." And so I tried to escort her sort of backstage. I'm like, "Oh, we'll just, And she got off into the wing, and there's a little set of stairs back there, and she fell down the stairs.
Oh, my God.
And she was fine, but it made a lot of noise, and it looked like I bounced her. Sounded like
That's awful.
Yeah.
And that woman was Farrah Fawcett, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to believe, but it actually...
I just met Farrah Fawcett.
But it's one of those, it's great experience because you're really sort of out on a limb and no net, that kind of thing. And it is improv in the sense of what happens when you do it?
Well, at Second City, you really are improvising where you take an audience suggestion and you're really just making it up together with the other people on stage.
Right.
A lot of people think that SNL is improvised, but it's not, because you have camera shots. You can't really change.
And do they get, like you mentioned wedding parties and stuff, do they actually get that kind of thing at the Second City?
Yeah, we get bachelorette parties.
Right, and like high school graduation proms and stuff?
We used to do after proms shows, which was torture. You do a show at 2 in the morning for a bunch of kids who came from their prom. They're basically brought there to prevent them from having sex. They do not want to be there. And they would say to us, this is a young audience, so this is a no swearing show. And I remember a buddy of mine in the company, he did not like that he wasn't allowed to swear in the show. He felt censored by it. And so he went out to the kids and said, I can't say the F word tonight, but that doesn't mean that you can't. And he tried to get the kids to start chanting he got,
Well, that's not right.
He got fired.
He was let go.
He was let go.
Is it safe to say you're a newlywed? Is that a
I am.
play? Congratulations.
I got married in June. Thank you.
What kind of guy?
He's a wonderful guy. He's a good Midwestern guy. He's from Ohio, and we met in Chicago. And he's a theater director, and he's a real good guy.
And you have a place here in
Yeah, so we both live here now. We moved actually over the summer because the place we had was really tiny, our old place, and it also had kind of a rat problem.
When you say kind of a rat problem, I mean occasionally you might see a rat?
What happened, they started doing construction in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood, but they started doing construction, and then the rats came out of everywhere. And for his hobby, he would sit at night with his coffee at the window, and he'd be like, hey, guess how many rats I can see right now? I said, how many? He'd say, I can see 8 of them right now with my naked eye. And he made us, he didn't hit any of them, but he made a slingshot, and he tried to whip pennies at them. But he didn't hit any of them, so all the rats are okay.
But a lot of people, they'll mention, rats here and there, but the city, there's literally, they did a study a couple of, I guess, in the springtime when the rats come out, And,
they're in love.
And there's like something like 30 million rats in the city.
Yeah, there's more rats than people.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, we are ankle deep in rats.
Yeah. My friend Colin Quinn, who I know from Saturday Night Live, the first time I ever met him and ever talked to him, I walked into a room and he was talking about rats. And he was like, let me tell you something about rats. They can chew through steel. They can swim. They can fit through a hole the size of a quarter.
Right.
And any rat can jump as high as your face.
Ooh, man. All you need to know. Some have been known to program network television. Hey. That's none of my business, but you must have had a nice honeymoon.
Oh, we did, thank you. We took a cruise to Bermuda.
Oh, that sounds great.
It was nice, it was very old-fashioned. I liked cruising. Have you ever gone on a cruise?
Years and years and years ago.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a little bit dirtbaggy, which I kind of...
What does that mean, dirtbaggy?
Like people laying out by the pool with a bucket of beer, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I guess so, maybe.
Yeah, and we had a lady in the cabin next door who I'm pretty sure was a retired stripper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was great, and then...
Yeah, well, why wouldn't it be great?
It was great. And we had a great time, and on the way home from the cruise, it was like a Friday night coming back to New York, and I was going to see Fiesta Caliente, because they have Broadway quality shows.
Oh,
on the ship. And it was
that was the show playing on ship.
Fiesta Caliente.
Fiesta Caliente.
Yeah. And I made sure I went early because the previous night I did not have a good seat for jump, jive, and swing. So I got there early, and I was drinking a big frozen mudslide.
Sure.
As is what you do on cruises. And the captain comes on and says, everyone go put your life jackets on and go to your muster station.
Wow.
So long story short, the ship was on fire.
Oh, one of those deals.
It was fine. We ended up going out and being in our life jackets, and there was a guy, the cruise director kept coming on to tell us, updates, and it was funny because prior to this, he had referred to himself constantly as Dan the Party Man, which he
not so
he
much
dropped.
of a party guy now.
He dropped that moniker.
While he's helping you into the lifeboats. Yeah.
And then they came on and they said, everything's fine, and we were all relieved. And
so I have a story for your honeymoon.
I have a story.
Lasts
Get a free
lifetime.
cruise. We got a coupon for a free
that's
cruise.
Great.
Yeah.
Good for you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Tina Fey, ladies and gentlemen.